Hello everyone. This video is going to be about a 14-year-old boy named Junius Stinney. I'm not exactly sure how that one is pronounced. Jr. George was a 14-year-old African-American boy that was executed by the South Carolina Department of Corrections on June 16, 1944. He is the youngest person ever sentenced to death after being convicted of killing two white girls aged 11 and 7. When 11-year-old Betty June Benecker and 7-year-old Mary Emma Thames went missing after riding their bike into town in Alcalute, South Carolina on March 22, 1944. Stinney was arrested the following day for allegedly murdering them. The girls had allegedly passed Stinney's home where they asked him where they could find a particular kind of flower. Once the girls did not return home, hundreds of volunteers looked for them until their bodies were found the next morning in a ditch. Because Stinney had joined the search team and shared with another volunteer that he had spoken to the girls before they disappeared, he was arrested for their murders. Without his parents, Stinney was interrogated hours by several white officers. A deputy eventually emerged announcing that Stinney had confessed to the murders. The young boy allegedly told the deputies that he wanted to have sex with the 11-year-old, but had to kill the younger one to do it. When the 7-year-old supposedly refused to leave, he allegedly killed both of them because they refused the sexual advances. To coerce his confession, deputies reportedly offered the child an ice cream cone. There is no record of the confession, no physical evidence. His trial, if you can call it that, lasted less than 2 hours. No witnesses were called. No defense evidence was presented. The all-white jury deliberated for a whole 10 minutes before sentencing him to death. On June 16, 1944, Stinney's frail 5 foot 1 inch, 95-pound body was strapped into an electric chair. Dictionaries had to be stacked up on the seat of the chair so that the boy could properly sit in the seat. Even that didn't help, though. When the first jolts of electricity hit him, the head mask slipped off, revealing the agony on his face and tears streaming down his cheeks. Only after several more jolts of the 5,380 volts did the young boy die. It was without question one of the greatest miscarriages of justice in U.S. history. 70 years after his death, his case was reopened in 2014. Judge Carmen Mullins exonerated Stinney for the deaths of both young girls, noting that he had not been properly defended, and suggested his confessions was the result of excessive pressure from law enforcement. We will never know what he would have done with his life had he been given the chance to live it to the fullest. We do know, however, that the ugly, inhumane practices that took his life all those years ago are still just as broken and flawed as they were in 1944.